Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nordini binti Samsun. Number matrix is DN210030. Today I would like to present about specimen preparation and metallography of steel. So for the first slide, we're going to look about a theory and types of microstructure in carbon steel. So for the first point is frequently analyzed using optical or electron microscopy. And the second is flaws are easily visible under the microscope. And the last one is do a metallographic analysis. So for the next slide, we're going to look about the result that we've got in this experiment. So for the first one is a microstructure of a tempered steel, and the second is microstructure of annealed steel, ferrite and pearlite, and the third is microstructure of a quenched steel needle-like martensite feature, and the fourth is a normalized steel ferrite and pearlite feature, and the last one is a microstructure of tempered steel. So for the next slide, we're going to look about observation. In this experiment, the microscopic inspection of a prepared metal specimen is the most essential aspect of metallography. The microscopic inspection reveals structural features such as a grain size, shape, distribution of a secondary phases, normative inclusions, and other conditions. The grain size and distribution of the phases are visible in specimens A, B, C, D, and E as can be seen. The mechanical and physical properties of the metal are influenced by these features. More data in specimen grain size, area per volume, and phase distribution may be obtained by metallography investigation. The microstructure of a metal can also offer an accurate image of its mechanical and thermal treatments. So for the next slide, we're going to look about a discussion for question 1. Why must metallographic samples be washed and carefully dried before proceeding from one grinding or polishing operation to the next? For my answer is to prevent bringing big particles to a finer grade CR to eliminate all traces of polishing chemical and grease before metallographical microscope inspection. So we're going to look for question number 2 is what is the purpose of etching metallographic samples? So for my answer is metallographic etching is a chemical process for highlighting tiny features of metals. Etching is not usually necessary since features like as porosity, features, and inclusions are obvious in the polished state. A correctly prepared specimen will show features like grain size and distribution of the faces and inclusions present, as well as faces and inclusions present, as well as other factors like mechanical deformation and thermal treatment. So I'm going to read about the third question is why metallographic samples are sometimes mounted in a plastic. So for my answer is metallographic sample must be leveled and polished to perfection. The optimum machine for polishing is one with a mechanical holder that can only handle sample with a standard cylindrical material is frequently unable to be cut into the form, or the sample is just too tiny. As a result, casting the sample into a plastic is much easier. Also, the basic side of the sample may be readily leveled this manner. It also has the benefit of not spreading on metallic surfaces or blocking abrasive sheets. So for the next question is number 4. What is the difference between eutectoid steel and a hypoeutectoid steel? So for my answer is it has a tube. A hypoeutectoid steel has a carbon concentration less than the eutectoid steel. So for the next, my answer is a hypoeutectoid steel has a carbon content greater than a eutectoid steel. So we're going to look about a conclusion. So that's all from me for this experiment, and thank you.